said he still never stopped into Taehyung after the incident. He swore he will never let himself draw with the memory. He swore he will avoid everyone who will remind him to last. But why now? After a few years, he has to face this. Meeting Namjoon is one of his biggest fear. If seeing Namjoon means he will be reminded to the pain, he prefers to avoid him forever. The small appearance, the white coat, the hospital smell make his stomach choose. The sudden loss make his heart shatter and fall. If in front of it, and there is a small yard with white swing in a corner and surrounded by their was and wildflower filling the lonely space it used to their house before respect its empty now. It's almost never run away from the anger house. He knew it's childish, but he couldn't control his emotion. He ignored the continuous ringing from his phone, turning off the device, wanting to have some time alone. Somehow in the house, Namjoon and Taekook bring him back to the memory. I miss you, Minho. Flashback 6 years ago, Daegu, South Korea. Do you know what the difference between book and you? The other asked Taehyung, who was sitting on the chair reading his favorite book. The arms tightly enveloped him from the back. What? He answered lazily. Book is to be read, but you? He snatched Taehyung's book away. You are to be loved, and ran away from him, jokingly teased him as he always loved to do, making his lover all pissed and pouty. Even you are whispered, not funny, Hyung. Give me back my book. He chased after him, annoying having to deal with childish boyfriend. Come on, I don't want to chase you. Yeah. Minho, see, stop. What was them? Minho and Taehyung. Taehyung and Minho best friend since childhood. When Taehyung moved from Seoul to Daegu with his family at 8 years old, and meeting with Minho, who was 14 years old at that time, being a local Daegu resident, Minho always brought him to various places, showing him his taking him to walk, introduce him to local Daegu dishes, and all those first time that Seokin had experienced only with a man named Minho. The poor childhood bond blonde into a beautiful romance. It was all exposed when 60-year-old Taehyung accidentally spilled his crush on Minho, and the other gladly confessed and asked him to wait until he is legal. So when Taehyung was 18-year-old and Minho was 24, they love each other so much, and Taehyung knows Minho is the one and only for him. When Mrs. Kim was diagnosed with cancer the same year, their family moved back to Seoul for the treatment. He had to leave Minho alone in Daegu since the other was still doing his medical study. But no matter how far they were, the love kept on strong and bigger. Minho is his biggest supporter, especially when his mother was in total pain. When Mrs. Kim was diagnosed with the cancer the same year, their family moved back to Seoul to the treatment. They had left Minho alone in Daegu since they was still doing his medical study. But no matter how far they were, the love kept on stronger and bigger. Minho is biggest supporter, especially his mother was in total pain. Anytime, anywhere, he always there with Taehyung, need him, and the circle until it's suddenly gone. Taehyung was 22-year-old and Minho was 28-year-old that time it's happened. Taehyung son, you are going to Daegu tonight. Mr. Kim asked his son, who was packing his clothes for the trip. He eagerly nodded while a smile carrying on his face. It's been 4 months since he last met his fiance. Minho proposed to him 1 year after Mrs. Kim passed away, and they planned to get married 10 months later after Minho had finished his practice as house officer in Taehyung Hospital. Now they are already half of way to their wedding preparation, and Taehyung is so excited to manage it with his fiancée. I'm gonna miss my son. Taehyung stopped holding his clothes before hugging Mr. Jeon tight. Appa, I'm not going only. Appa, I'm going only for a week. I promise you, when Minno and I got married, we will take care of you and bring you anywhere you want. Okay, you are the one and only we have now. Don't get mad. He kissed his Appa forehead. He knew his Appa missed his Emma a lot, so he tried so hard to spend time and chasing his lonely dad. I know, son, I'm just joking now. Continue packing or you all miss your flight. He grabbed the hound's hand with his old rugged ocean, feeling so thankful to him is meeting the right person. Min Minno is perfect choice for him, even thought he is an orphan living with his grandmother, but the man is very strong and supportive. The way Minho respects his son, willing to wait from him and stay with his make Mr. Kim phone with him mom. Extend my regards to Minho. Okay, tell him to wait until your wedding before he can give me my grandchild. It's not that much time left, he joked, loving to see his son's face turn to be red. Okay, Appa, stop. I'm not gonna give your grandchild that soon. I'm still young. He winked, got sudden goosebumps since he's not even thinking to have a child with Minha yet. Oh my god, what's wrong with old man in his family and their obsession with babies? In the past days, he spent being super busy with the preparation and that chick on the wedding. One night, Minho Medical College invited them for a simple bachelor party. One night there, he met Kim Namjoon, the one name that Minho always told him. The genuine man at Minho H, who was so sweet and gentle. He looked so smart but sometimes clumsy, that make him more charming. Minho and Namjoon are university mates, and now they were working at the same hospital as house officer. They worked so hard to pass the exam and officially upgrade to medical officer. Taehyung salute their hard work so much. That was the first time he met Namjoon, and if only Taehyung could turn back time, he wished the second time he met him was not for the reason. Next day, Taehyung was at the court of his marriage registration and waiting for Minho to come there while thinking about his future with Minho. Taehyung was in his daydreaming when he got the call from Namjoon. Hello, Namjoon Hyung. He excitedly answered the call. Taehyung, come to the hospital now. It's urgent. The man on the other line said to him, his voice raised and hoarse. Why? What happened? He couldn't complete the sentence when Namjoon already hung up the call, leaving him confused. The phone was tight on his hold. Suddenly he could feel his heart beat fast. Hands already sweating for fierce, various scenes playing before his eyes. coated his mind with unnecessary thought. He took a deep breath, turning fast to catch a taxi. There's nothing going on right. Everything was happened so far before him. The rush upper teeth, the screen for stretches stare, the doctor voice ordering treatment, the nurse running around the section, and one last click on emergency ship turning on in front of him, slying that there was an emergency producer happening inside the room. The big sun blinded his eyes. He could feel the AC room was too hot. That was all of this. Why he was called her? Why Namjoon called him? Where is Minho? Why Minho didn't pick his phone? Where is everyone? Taehyung? Hands already. Namjoon's voice was heard behind him. Taehyung saw he was walking towards him, hand holding a dried bunch of flower, box of wedding ring, and a broken name tag that printed with. The said man was already crying. He had shaking, whispering sorry. What Namjoon was sorry for. The situation was too hazy in his mind. Taehyung was still in daze before he finally sighed. Taehyung would stop it. The realization hit him. Namjoon was feeling sorry for his loss. He lost Minho. No. His mind went black, heart picking apart. He cannot weak. He fall down on the floor. Daegu Satkara John Seokjin tapped his husband, who is lost in thoughts. Jungkook is busy with his phone trying to call Taehyung. They continue the event like usual, even though Seokjin has lost of question and sword. Namjoon rushed to meet Mr. and Mrs. Jeon, who are sitting down in the rest room. Seokjin is beside him. I'm sorry, but I need to explanation for this. He directly asked them. They are the only one know about the arrangement. They are the witness from what happened 4 years ago. Mrs. John, we do this because we love Taehyung. We don't want him to be left out alone. Mrs. Jan grabbed his hand as folding onto her will understand their intention, but they don't know about this, Azuma. You are making this complicated for them. I've been living with this secret in me for 4 years, and every little day I am blaming myself for hiding everything from them. I can't even look at the hung face. I tried to avoid him this whole 4 years. Namjoon is breakdown. He is the only one besides Jungkook parents and Taehyung's father who know about this. Seokjin is lost beside him. What secret are they talking about for 4 years ago? What happened? He hold his husband's arm, saying he is shaking. It's rare to see Namjoon is all woke up like this. He is usually calm and handle anything, but now his husband is all in mess and trembling hands several times rubbing on his face. He slided his hand up and down, his arms trying to stood. What slower twist feeling that Namjoon is having right now. He glanced at Mr. and Mrs. Jian to see their face mental with guilt and sorrow. Sorry, June, I wanted them to, but by doing this, he cut off her words. Don't you know how hurting Jungkook and Taehyung right now? Jungkook didn't like this marriage. He said he indirectly to me he hates Taehyung. Do you know how much Jungkook despises Taehyung? June, and have you never thought that will Taehyung feel if he know the one who hate him so much, his husband who hate him with his whole heart, was receiving his late fiance heart, the heart of a man who loved him so much. Minho is my friend, Ajuma. You can't do this to them. Sergeant gasped. What does his husband say just now? Did he listen to it right? Namjoon tears is already falling down. He can't suppose he's feeling wrong. He doesn't care. It's unfair for Jungkook. It's unfair for Taehyung. June, no, stop. Mrs. Chan choked up his on tears. Mrs. Jan is already crying a rear beside him. What are you going to tell them? Namjoon continued. He wiped the tear on his cheeks. You feel the anger on his body. Are you going to keep this as a secret forever? Are you going to let Jungkook hurt the favor Ajuma Ajusi? Are you going to hide the fact that has that Jungkook right now belong to Minho? Minho Taehyung's future husband, Namjoon suddenly stopped. There is hearing silence surrounding the room. Mr. and Mrs. Jan gaped eyes crossing at one point. The gap is heard behind them, and there they see Jungkook standing at the door holding his chest right. He heard them. Flashback 9 years ago, South Korea. Mr. and Mrs. Jeon, from the test that we have made, I'm sorry that we have informed you. Your son is with cardioloma, with cardio of his heart muscle disease, which make it difficult for his heart to pump into the lungs of the rest of the body. That must explain why Mr. John Jungkook often having difficulties to breathe, always feeling dizzy, fighting easily, fainted and unable having chest pain. Time escape at 19-year-old John Jungkook. He was living his whole life as an active and competitive person. He loved to try new things, challenges himself into various activities, repeating his college, his sports, but he never thought it's completely gone the day he was faced with the harsh reality that he has a heart failure. His own heart betrayed him. Too many questions he pondered, too many pain he got. He didn't cry after his tears will hurt his parents more, but how much strong he can be when his mind kept wondering what will happen next, how longer he can be alive, will he able to make his parents happy, how much pain he will face afterward, will he himself be happy after for the first time 90-year-old he felt helpless. Money is not an issue for them. Mr. Jian is rich enough to afford whatever cost they charges for his son treatment. He referred to various doctor and specialists for local and international hospital to treat Jungkook, but it always ended up in failure. 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 years spent seeing Jungkook suffer with a sudden disease. Sometimes he would faint for walking and continue nurse and heart attack. Mr. Jian never stopped trying to find cure for his son, accompanied by his own tears, fingering and hope that one day Jungkook will come back to them. He will not give up. Dr. Lee said the lifespan for heart failure patient is usually only up to 5 years more. Jungkook reportedly said to Mrs. John lying in his hospital bed after he was suffering with another heart attack 2 days ago. Director Jungkook was now gone. It left them with a sunken, pain-faced, thinner body and lost soul. The last option was their transplant, and yet they still failed to find the suitable donor. It suggests no one knows the fate will come to the name of Minho. One phone call from Dengue Hospital brought new hope for Jeon's family. They quickly flew Jungkook to the hospital for the registered organ donor was just an accident and his heart matched with John Jungkook. We can do the transplant surgery right away. Taehyung was drawn in tears with he didn't notice the second stretches was well into the emergency room. A young Kim Taehyung also didn't know the day he lost his fiance and got his heart set at John Jungkook only on the late Minho heart and that his how faith brought them together at present time. Jungkook considered himself a cool person, and after he was diagnosed with heart failure and survived the disease after the successful heart transplantation, he was always so cool person. He is often come heading stress and risk. He think risky before making any decision, but he never thought the day he was associated with Kim Taehyung, his life changed. He held his chest body frozen, listening to the conversation across the room.